So the Los Angeles Rams, seconds ago, just defeated the Baltimore Ravens from a final score of 20-19 to improve their record to 12-4 and to drop the Ravens down to 8-8. And you know, what can I say? I got to give the team a round of applause here. Congratulations, boys. Congratulations. That was a very, very good show. This is a resilient team. What I saw today, what the team showed signs of being a championship caliber team. Okay? The resilience that they had to come back in a game I do not believe, ever had the lead. In fact, I don't think they had the lead until the very last drive at the end of the game, where there was was it less than a minute or right at a minute? I think it was less than a minute left in the game in the fourth quarter. Stafford throws to Odell. Odell makes a couple of clutch catches on that final drive, one on a 4th and 4. It was like 4th and 4. Dude, it was like 4th and 4. We're in the red zone. They had just stuffed Sony Michel because they decided to run to the side. I didn't like the play call. Yeah, I thought it was terrible. But 4th and 4, Odell comes up with a tremendous catch. And when the Baltimore Ravens defensive back's all over him and he's able to stretch across the line, get the first down, and then I think like a play or two later, Stafford slings it to him, and he scores the going-ahead touchdown, which puts them ahead 20-19. They of course went for two, did not get it, and through a very exciting 30 seconds, the Ravens completed a few short passes, but ultimately, Von Miller finally came in clutch and got a big sack against Woodley, against the Ravens quarterback, and basically knocked him out of field goal range. And that was all she wrote. In the Rams, in a game where they looked so awful in the first half. They looked so awful. They looked really out of sorts. They just really... Like I've said before, this team has struggled against, has a history of struggling against teams that are a bit more on the physical side. Okay, they just have. The past 5 weeks now, they've kind of shown some championship mettle. They've shown some toughness and being able to take the physicality and dish out some physicality of their own, of which I've been very proud of. The past several weeks, they've been doing that, and they have never really been known for that in the McVay era. So this is very good. They're making a switch. They're becoming more physical. I love it. I love it because Baltimore, despite their record, is one of the more physical teams you'll find in the league, and I thought we held up really well. It's the game started. I wasn't sure if it was raining or my screen, I couldn't tell. It just, I don't think it was raining, but I think it had been raining and I think the field was wet. I could be wrong. I'm recording right after the game had ended, and I just don't, I wasn't sure. It looked like it was wet, and maybe that had something to do with, like I said, man, they're in LA. The weather's always good. Y'all need to get used to playing in bad weather. We may have to go to Green Bay to win a playoff game if we want to go to the Super Bowl in the playoffs. Not in a few weeks time here. So you really need to get used to this. You really need to get used to playing in bad weather. And the game starts. Rams really look out of sorts. I don't know what was going on between Jalen and Taylor. I guess on one play there was a miscommunication, and Taylor and Jalen were arguing, like he was pointing to somewhere, and I don't know what the issue was, but Jalen kind of like threw up his hands and was like, "Whatever, man." And then the next play, they're in the huddle, and Jalen actually hits him in the mouth, it wasn't a full on punch. I heard, "Oh, he punched." It wasn't a full on punch. The announcer's like, "Oh, he punched Taylor." It wasn't a full on punch. It was more like a shove, more like he put his hand on like the face mask of Taylor Rapp and pushed him a little bit, and Taylor didn't look like he was having it, and he was coming at him a little bit, but he was quickly grabbed by some of the other guys in the huddle and kind of separated. It was nuts. But it was not nuts, but it was. I'm interested to see what caused that, because I remember. Jalen. I like Jalen, but Jalen did throw Taylor Rapp under the bus a few years ago. I remember when he first got here on a big play. I think it was against a San Francisco game where it was a big bomb for a touchdown, and people were thinking, "Oh, Jalen got torched," and Jalen went to the media and went, "Oh, that was on Rap or something." I don't know. I don't remember, but it wasn't looking good. They were arguing. But despite that, the defense is what kept us in this game. Or the defense kept an impressive showing by the backup quarterback for the Ravens. He looked good for someone who was a backup, and moved the ball relatively well against us. But when it came down to it in the red zone, we held Baltimore to field goals, not touchdowns. So the Rams came up big again and showed that they are a good red zone defense, and they came in clutch. We really needed them this game. So despite all the mistakes that our offense was making, our defense, despite fighting amongst each other, was able to keep us in this game. And I just could not be more prouder of the defense. I thought the defense won us this day. D-line looked really good. Aaron Donald is on a tear right now. There were a few times where he just like broke the line of scrimmage and was able to get good penetration, good tackle for loss on the running backs a few times. We sacked the guy a few times. It was great, and we really needed it because, oh man, Matthew, I tell you what, that first half, Matthew just was looking rough, dude. He threw a pick six right in the. Was it the first drive or the second drive? I think it was the second drive. We're pinned. And Baltimore was just winning the little battles early in the game, like special teams. They were able to always punt the ball. Our defense would stop them, but they would punt the ball like in our own red zone, like in the 10-yard line, and we would always be in crappy field position. And it was just really annoying, because they backed us up, and it just felt like we needed to settle down because we felt really the team looked rattled. I don't think Sean did a really good job calling plays. Sean looked good, but the players on the field, they looked rattled in the first half. They, even with the basic play calls that were being called, they were getting flustered. They were fighting with each other. Matthew, I'm not sure what that was. He throws a pick six, and the dude walks in so easily. And when I saw that, I'm like, Lord have mercy. Okay. Is it going to be that kind of a game, Matthew? Is it going to be that kind of a game? But, last week, Matthew had a few picks against the Vikings too, but he bounced back. That's one thing I really like about Stafford is the fact that he has a lot of guts, and he's in the fight till the end. He, as a quarterback, Stafford, he may not always win those big fights, those big time games in prime time, but he's always in it till the end. And I can respect that. I really can. Yeah, he even bounced back. Lord, I can't remember when it was. There was a big pass down the middle that we needed to have, and it was a third down, and the Ravens were blitzing like everybody. And Matthew sees this guy coming right in his face, but Matthew stands his ground, keeps looking downfield, and hits like the receiver for a first down. It was so clutch. It was in the second half. I forget which part of the game it was. It was that right. That when I saw that, I'm like, Jared Goff could never have done that. To have the guts to, because the dude is right in front of him. Matthew can see this guy bearing down on him, and he still makes the pass. I want to say it was Cup. It was like a 3rd and 13. It was a 3rd and long situation, and they blitzed like everyone, and Stafford was able to pick it up. Man, I'm very, very proud of the resilience of this team. This man right here, Cooper Kupp, broke Isaac Bruce's records today for receptions. Cooper Kupp passed him today, and it was on a play that was pretty sweet. It was like a decent game gained for a first down. So I thought it was perfect, man. And it was just, I'm just really proud of this team, man. They just really showed a lot of grit. It was very, very sloppy. Really did not look good at times, but they were able to hang tough and just were able to overcome all that. See here, okay, here's the touchdown right here. Hold up. This is the touchdown that won us the game. Okay, it's 14-19. There's a minute. Okay, so it was right at a minute. Okay, right at a minute. Stafford's gonna throw the ball to Beckham to go for the go-ahead touchdown. Check this out. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Let's see that again. Boom. Clean. So clean. Absolutely love it. And yes, Cooper Kupp set the Rams single-season franchise record. He had 95 yards on the game, and he is now currently at 1,829 yards on the year, which moved past Isaac Bruce that had 1,781. And Kupp is just the second player in NFL history with 1,700 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns in a single season. Jerry Rice did that in 1995. Stafford finished 26 of 35 for 309 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and a lost fumble. I lost my goddamn mind on that fumble. I really did. That came on the first drive of the second half. We were moving well. It was a situation where Baltimore was able to go down the field in like 30 seconds, get a field goal, go up like 16-7. 13-7, excuse me, 13-7. And it was just like, man, fuck. Like, y'all let them go down in like 30 seconds and get that last field goal. But it was all right. We had scored a touchdown, so we were still very much in it. But we come out, we received a second half kickoff. We moved the ball well. I'm like, okay, we're in a rhythm. This is good. Matthew's looking good. And then we get to the red zone, and I don't know what happened. Like, Matthew hikes it, and he avoids a sack. He actually avoids the sack initially, but then he gets wrapped up, I think, by a second guy, and it looks like the play's dead because he's kind of just standing there and going down. And I'm like, okay, that's a sack. But then he just drops it. He just drops the football. And then the Ravens pounce on it. And the next thing we know, they're like going, oh, yeah, man. They're going to run the length of the field. They dancing and they doing their stupid little the little group photo op thing. Can't stand it. Especially, I'm salty, okay? We lost on a fumble on that. I about lost my mind on that play, but we were able to recover. I still had hope. really felt we were still in this game because despite that dumb play by Matthew, we were still in the game. So we moved the ball well, and we were holding them to field goal, so it was nice. Michelle got 19 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. That's about right. That's just under what I'd like to see him. I like to see the running backs get 20, 25 carries a game. He got 19. Baltimore was pretty stout against the run today, so it was tough sledding. So overall, I thought Sean did very well he kept a cool head and didn't panic and, gave what the defense gave him. So, just under what I'd like to see, but I was pleased. Matt Gay missed the field goal. It was just, we looked a mess in the first part of this game, but I'm really, really proud of this team, how they showed so much resilience and came back and fought. And we came away with a 1-point victory. We have won 5 straight now. So if the Cowboys are able to defeat the Cardinals, and as I'm recording this, the game is just about to start, but if they do it, we're NFC West champions. So go Cowboys. Let's get it. Let's lock up this division. Let's get us a home playoff game, and I guarantee at least one home playoff game. That's probably all we're going to get. But I'm cool with that. And let's just see how it goes. Very, very proud of this team. Good job, boys. Once again, giving you a round of applause. Congratulations to the coaches, to the players. You guys are making me proud here. You're making me proud here. Keep it up. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.